And you bring a very good point. I think a lot of people start the journey saying, when will I make money and how much will I make? And I think that's the wrong question to ask. You have to start with the why and then ask yourself, how long are you going to wait for that why to work out? And depending on the industry, it's going to be different, especially with Great Clips and post-pandemic. And I keep hearing these stories from other franchisees. Back in the day, they opened the door, this 600, 700 customers coming in during grand opening, and they could ride through that. And it's not the same world anymore. It needs a little longer, and you need to have that patience. But it's a process that had worked for years. You just give an example. You started in when you were 28, and you exited the system. But there are people who started with the brand and are still around. That tells you it stands the test of time, and you need to just trust the process and um, do not lose focus on why are you doing it. That's important. Especially the early days are hard. The first, I would say, 1.5, 2 years are not going to be easy, and that's okay.
And you used the word why, which is a question I ask everyone I'm working with. Why are we having this conversation? To your point, this is not a superficial band-aid. Oh, I'm going to unlock the door, turn on the lights, and boom, you're making money. You really have to have that investor mentality that, like a parent, or you adopted a furry friend during the last couple of years. If you want a good dog, you have to spend the time with a puppy in order to have. It's the same with your children.
Correct.
From day one, you're grooming them to become self-sufficient, and it's the same in business. You really do have to know your why are we having this conversation? Why will this change your life? Why will this improve your financial condition, and what will it provide for your family? Because it is taking time away from the ones that you love, but you're building an outcome that will, for a long time, decades, benefit your family and give them a lifestyle. Do you know what your why is? It's not lifestyle. What is your
No,
why?
it's not. I told you that, right? It's about my children and being able to create. I'm very motivated because of, and I spoke about Lena and her journey. That has been a primary motivator. But as I started doing this, I think I want to create that generational safety net that my kids can rely on, which therefore uh, frees them to pursue whatever dream they have. I read Rich Dad Poor Dad a long time ago, and some of the concepts that they talk about. I read it as a book, but as you start doing this, I think some of those concepts keep haunting me, and I see why the thought process needs to evolve, and how do you take that journey. And I involve my kids too. Like they go, they see, they talk to the people, and I think I'm hoping they also kind of start seeing um, an approach to life, the spirit of being an entrepreneur, being able to not be fearful and being able to create something of your own, are skills that I'm also able to impart them through this journey that we are going as a family.